Hello, everyone. My name is Nicola Minicozzi. I am a lawyer in Adelaide, South Australia, and I have the privilege of being able to speak to you today in this wonderful event whereby the University of Adelaide is setting up together with the Venice Biennial, this exhibition in relation to aspects of work undertaken by students, and in particular incorporating in this work a particular project which students from the School of Architecture at the University of Adelaide assisted a committee in which I was involved in a couple of years ago now, whereby the monument dedicated to peace in the world and dedicated to the migration of many people from Italy to Australia. The design process by the students in relation to the monument was a long one, in the sense that the students were given briefs about what sort of values we wanted to represent in the monument. The students were given the location of where the monument was going to be situated. And in this regard, the monument is situated on a roundabout just at the entry to the town of Paduli, which is land donated by the Comune. So they had the location, they had the topography, they had an overview of the site. And from there, with the values that we wanted to reflect and instill by way of a reflection in the monument, the students came up with various ideas. The most important thing that we wanted to show was Australia. We wanted the people that looked at the monument to know that this was something from Australia, and Australia recognising what the migrants had done for it. The monument represents all migrants, not just those from the region of Campania or from Benevento or from Paduli. It represents the journey, the hardship, the pain, the suffering of separation, the uncertainty, what lay ahead for each of those people that migrated to Australia, the leaving behind of what they knew, their loved ones, and that was all then dear to them. By way of background, I was born in Italy, but came to Australia in 1954 with my late mother. My father had come a couple of years earlier. Of course, we came from a very poor background. We were, in effect, economic refugees, like everybody else was at that time after the Second World War. I am a very proud Australian, and I am very grateful for all of the benefits and the privileges that I've had as a result of my being in Australia. And I thank my father in particular for choosing Australia as our family home. I've also had the privilege of having an Italian background, Italian heritage, and I'm enormously proud to be Italian, and in particular enormously proud to have come from the town of Paduli, from the province of Benevento. During my father's lifetime, he was associated with an association which is still operating in Adelaide, South Australia, called the Committee of San Rocco di Paduli. This committee is essentially a group of people from our area dedicated to San Rocco and collect funds for the benefit of community organisations. That committee is, as I said, still strong and vibrant, and that committee was instrumental a few years ago in assisting in a sister city relationship between the city of Campbelltown, a local government organisation in South Australia, and the town of Paduli, and also assisting in formulating what has been defined as a friendship agreement between the city of Campbelltown in Adelaide, the town in Paduli, and the city of Oyster Bay in America. Firstly, the Committee of Paduli and Friends, Padulese ed Amici, was a spontaneous coming together of a community with a like-minded approach and intention to manifest the recognition of Italian migration in Australia. Secondly, The name of Paduli and Friends has, as a result of this, become a brand, particularly in Italy, Australia, and in America. The endeavour has embraced all migrants from Italy to Australia in the South Australian community. The endeavour was intended to reinstil in the community and in future generations the desire to establish and maintain enduring collective and connectivity between Australia, Italy, and the community of Oyster Bay in America. In 2017, in about May of that year, I attended a meeting with my very dear good friend, Cavaliere Giovanni Di Fede, and a number of other people to discuss an endeavour to raise funds for the erection of a monument in Paduli to recognise Italian migration in Australia, and with the collaboration with the Comune di Paduli. There was an amazing spirit of contribution by volunteers whose works and effort were of an indescribable value to the success of the function and of the venture. After the gala function, an approach was made by my good friend of many years, Professor George Zelanti, from the University of Adelaide School of Architecture. George's assistance in relation to the project from then on was absolutely invaluable, as was the assistance of his colleagues, Mr. Tony Giannoni and Professor Catherine Barch from the University of Adelaide. George was born in San Giorgio la Mollara, not too far from Paduli, but I have to say has become an honorary member of the community of the town of Paduli. George, with his colleagues, were then instrumental in forming a group of final year students from the University of Adelaide School of Architecture to participate in the design of the monument in recognition of Italian migration in Australia. Those 6 students are Michael List, Narunzima Mohadasli, Lottie Simmons, Melissa Bullen, Danny Noordahalan, and William Jury. These 6 students formed 3 groups, and each forwarded a separate suggested recommendation by way of a concept for the monument. I need to emphasise and say that each concept, each design was worthy of being chosen as a winner. But unfortunately, there was only one possibility, as there's only one monument. Eventually, the concept proposed by Michael and Nurazima, the Paduli Gateway, was chosen. It was chosen by the committee and all other interested parties by way of a vote after serious deliberation in relation to all of the presentations made. Some of the students also attended the turning of the first spade, as it were, when the gateway to Paduli was selected and the foundation stones were laid. To Professor George Zelanti and his colleagues at the School of Architecture at the University of Adelaide, their effort, enthusiasm, participation and commitment cannot be described. To them, I have to profess a heartfelt thanks and gratitude from everyone involved in this project. The process of construction was then left to the Comune di Paduli and has been under the care and attention of Dr. Ingegnere Filiberto Minicozzi. Also, without the very strong support, commitment and generosity of my dear friend Cavaliere Giovanni Di Fede, this venture would not have reached where it has today, with the official opening now being scheduled for the 14th of August 2023 at Paduli. John is and will always be a dedicated, passionate and committed community member in South Australia. He has a list of achievements as long as you can imagine and has truly proven himself as an outstanding citizen of Australia and an enormous benefactor to Italy. I've given you a very brief chronology of the enterprise in an effort to have you understand the huge effort and contribution made by Paduli and Friends and its associates in relation to the raising of funds in the construction of the monument, the participation of the people from the Comune di Paduli and other people from the town of Paduli. This endeavour has been a huge effort, but it has worked. It has worked efficiently, and within a very short period of time, effectively some 5 years, it is now up, and the monument will officially be open on the 14th of August 2023. I would extend an invitation to anyone who is listening to this video, if they are able to attend the opening on the 14th of August 2023 at Paduli in Benevento, to please do so. It will be a worthwhile experience. The collaborators not only are from Paduli and friends, but in particular from the Comune di Paduli, and especially the Mayor, Avvocato Domenico Vesichelli, the Comune staff, and the Giunta Comunale, my dear friend and relative, Dr. Ingegnere Filiberto Minicozzi, and Dr. Ingegnere Daniele Fusco, who assisted us with the design in terms of engineering, together with, and the engineers from Adelaide, Mr. Lelio Bibbo and his staff. The Comune di Paduli has generously and graciously made available the land upon which the monument has been constructed, and the balance of the monies required for the purposes of completing the cost of construction, after taking into account the monies contributed from the community here in South Australia. I can assure you that all Italians in Australia have made Italy very proud. They are a resounding success. They are an example to others. They are exemplary citizens. They contribute to what Australia is today, a modern, truly multicultural, respectful, successful society. The efforts of these migrants, our fathers, and sacrifices have not just benefited Australia, but also their place of origin, as the several generations have always maintained very close connections with their families in Italy and have never forgotten their origins. I look forward to the monument being treated with the respect that it deserves, as a symbol of the unity and the close relationship between Australia and Italy, and a recognition of all the efforts, the sacrifices and contributions made by all our forefathers, and its representation as a symbol of international peace. Thank you, and please enjoy the exhibition put on by the University of Adelaide. Thank you again.